Oh, perfect. Good timing. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the show.
The
I'm
show.
Mr. Nathan. Joining me today, as always, is Caster. How are you doing,
It's me.
Caster?
I'm good. I'm good.
Feeling
Being
very
awesome.
real?
Oh, I am the most real.
Possibly the realest of all of us,
Yes.
ironically. Would, is that context you want to get into, or is that just an inside joke now?
Ah.
That's fine.
Is it
Anyway,
inside joke? I don't remember. Do we have it? What's the joke?
so, that's fine. It's apparently pretty deep in there. So, sorry we are about a minute or two late, because right before the stream started, General Strife in chat says, "Hey, is everybody excited for the new leaked blasters?" And we went, "New leaked blasters? What's this?" So we got distracted researching these new leaked blasters that General Strife showed. So, how about that?
Yeah.
But do we? Oh, yes. So apparently the Rebel Ops or whatever their new thing is has a new patriotic color scheme. But
Something
I'm
like
liking the
that.
shape here. Like just it's kind of like a bulkier strong arm, more almost like the Cyclone Shock as far as aesthetics and everything. But I do think that's kind of cool. It's at the very least a new shape that I'm aware of.
Eh.
Then
Eh.
the other red, white, and blue thingy looks like the one that they just released in less toxic colors. But this thing that's wiggling around here. So where is it on? There we are. No,
Okay.
where? See, okay, cool. There we are. This guy. That's a cool shape. I like that. It looks like it's just a like a 6 round or whatever. But I do like the shell aesthetic. It's like very reminiscent of Dart Tag, early Dart Tag stuff, where it's still mechanical and got panels and stuff on it, but is more curvaceous slightly and has some kind of cool shell details. I think that would paint up really nice because I think the color scheme is terrible. But the shape is neat, and that counts for a lot.
The shapes. I mean, it's functionality
It's at
wise.
least new.
It's. It's.
Well, it's going to be a bear to load.
Yeah. The shell is cool. But yeah, you'd have to put a magazine down here, and then flywheel cage up there, and some sort of pusher mechanism there, and
I don't know if that's totally necessary. Sometimes I think we can appreciate things for what they are.
no.
And at the very least, that's at least fun to look at. And then we got some of these little guys here that are I am not good with cameras and stuff. That's those are also in the list.
Yeah.
It's harmless single shot, like weird night findery things.
Garbage.
Single shot with art storage. It's interesting looking,
Garbage.
a bit wild, but harmless. I don't know. Hey, 2 out of 4 is not bad. That are vaguely interesting, and then 2 other things that are, yeah.
Yeah. As General Strife saying, this one is just a reskinned Mando rifle. Which is fair.
But isn't that the same thing that that they just released? Like, that's barely hitting shelves. The thing that's got the magic stock that unfolds in the scope that turns into a barrel. Isn't it just that guy again, or whatever they call that? I don't know. I have not even the vaguest of interest, but it is a thing, and there it is, and it's
a thing, but I just don't like it.
nah, it's a bit awkward. I do like the pistol-y one though. That one at least has some cool shapes, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean this bit, right?
Is that just a No, is that just what the Elite 2.0 strong arm successor, disruptor successor, I suppose, if I was to get the timeline correct. Is that just the same thing? Because I remember it had like the cool little perforated panel behind the cylinder, but also I've never actually handled one. I don't know.
No. I mean, yes,
It's
the grip,
the shape is neat.
like the foregrip, if you can even call it that, looks nice. Like this front bit could be good on something, but
Yeah. It's got some cool details at the very least. And at least they're breaking up the color a little bit. I don't know how they're doing that, if that's like separate panels that snap in, that are molded in a different color, or if they're just going with that weird printer-on color thing, if that's how they're going to try to do that. I don't know. It'll at the very least be interesting. They're showing us things that don't suck as bad as the stuff that they showed us before, and I will still consider that probably progress, I guess.
I mean, okay. See, I wouldn't even say that is saying too much. It is. They have
for Hasbro. It's an improvement, not for like basic like.
Yeah, but
the baseline expectations.
There's no Hasbro. Like we live in a society. There's a whole ecosystem of darts and blasters now. X-Shot's putting out gold.
Oh, they're absolutely dominating everything on the face of the earth.
Diamonds. It's like
I'm
we
saying,
had a piston pump last year.
If this is our level of basic expectations, X-Shot's been doing this, and Hasbro's down here. But for Hasbro might be doing like right here, right now, compared to years past. So it's not an improvement overall, but it is improvement for what like the dregs that they've been giving us like the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
So I'm not saying it's good. It is an improvement.
Polished some turds. I don't want a polished turd.
Yeah, that's fine. It's showing progress.
Yeah.
Did anybody in school ever get that whole like making improvements kind of stuff on their report card? That didn't say you're doing great, but you are improving over the garbage you usually deliver. So,
but this is
not that you're even meeting expectations. You're not getting the S that we used to get for satisfactory, but
I just want satisfactory. I just want satisfactory. I don't want above and beyond.
I'm not saying that's what it is.
Yeah.
I am saying that the garbage they gave us like for the last several years was worse than this.
It was.
So the fact that they're delivering something that's vaguely interesting at the very least, that doesn't make me mad to look at, is an improvement.
Yes. Actually, it's funny because Alex in the Discord. He brings up the Doom cannon. You like the Doom cannon? That's Hasbro.
I like the concept. I'm not going to run out and buy one, but at the very least, there again, it's something new and interesting.
I want.
It does not seem to suck.
Yeah. I mean,
our expectations for Hasbro are so low at this point that even if something, doesn't even raise an eyebrow, but at least makes you go, huh, is like better than the usual like that they've been giving us for like the last several years. So I would say the fact that they produce something that makes me at the very least go, well, hey, look at that, is an improvement. And if they're improving at all, then that's better than improving.
Yeah.
Getting crappier.
You can't
being
get
worse,
right?
They did that.
There's only up. I will do that.
Do not say that. Hasbro never fails to disappoint.
No, because at that point,
if you say they can't do worse, they'll say, "Oh yeah."
This is like you dig down deep enough into the center of the earth, you start digging up. They're at that point. They're at dead center of the earth. Every way is up.
Don't make them try to surprise you. I'm not saying they don't have the potential to do worse, because they do, and they might. But the fact that there's this glimmer of hope that, hey, something vaguely interesting happened is at least pleasant. This is not a compliment. I'm not offering them a compliment at all. But the fact that there's a thing that doesn't suck or appear to suck or make me mad outright is at the very least an improvement.
Trash.
Basically.
I mean, it's still.
If I am at Walmart and I see this weird, not this one over here, and if I see this one over here on the shelf, I'll at the very least pick it up and go, huh, and then probably put it back. But at the very least, I won't like walk by and go,
yeah.
So,
but I would be honest, unless this thing was like $3, I would never consider buying this. Like,
I didn't say I was going to race out and buy one. I said I'm going to. If I see it at the store, I'll pick it up and look at it, as opposed to just like being mad as I walk by, like I usually am. But if it is like 4, maybe I'd be like, and if looking at it, it's like, wow, this, it looks nice, it feels nice. That's really cool. It it doesn't cause me like anger
Mm.
to be in its presence. And it's like, and if it happens to be like $4 or $5, which it won't be,
No.
but yeah, maybe we'll see clearance at some point, or see it thrifted. At the very least, it's something vaguely interesting aesthetically. I do like, instead of like the red, white, and blue guy over here, I can see, audience, see, when I look at it, the red, white, and blue one is on this side, and the other one's on this side. See, there we go. So, but see, now they're backwards, and now I'm all totally screwed up. So if we can just leave well enough alone and make my brain happy.
Find the blaster.
Anyway,
Find the blaster. Where's the blaster?
The red, white, and blue one.
Yep.
Is much more of the general elite, in strike, more ish aesthetic, whereas this other weird kind of teal and burnt orange has kind of a fresh aesthetic that isn't annoying. So that's cool. I'll give him that much. I don't love it, but it is like, at least it's new, but not dumb, and it doesn't look quite as cheap as the in-series stuff did, where you look at it and it's like, wow, this looks like a knockoff. Yeah. That doesn't look quite as knockoffy. I said quite as a qualifier. Brickley,
hey,
go
Brickley?
Home. Go to bed.
Brickley, you stay there. Actually, you know what? Here. I got you, man. We got this. We got this. Hang on.
Oh, what do we got? Well, that was quick. Someday. I've been working for like the last several weeks, irresponsible hours, trying to get the car put back together. I got the car put back together Friday night, or Thursday night. Got the alignment fixed Friday. It seemed stable for a while. So that's off the table for a minute until I decide to install the header and put the exhaust on, which will be probably in a couple weeks. So I now have this bit more free time in between the having cleaned out the garage, pawned responsibilities off on somebody else, and fixed the car, that now I have a bit more mental and emotional freedom and unburdenedness to do something in the garage. You know what I did today, or yesterday?
What did you do?
No, it was this morning. Sometime this weekend.
Yeah.
It's been a weird weekend. I actually, above me right now, on a shelf that you cannot see, are totes full of loaner blasters. And I actually went through some of those and was like, you know what? I need to sort through these. And, in the larger project of thinning things out, went through just to get an idea of what is actually in there, because I've not been in those totes for several months to probably more than a year. But that's where I found out I had those 3 swarm fires. And I went, hey, that's good to know. And so I went through some more of them and stuff like that. So I am still in the process of cleaning the garage. If I wanted to mod something, I still could not because my bench is a mess, but I need to sort out more junk here so I can get a place to put the stuff that's on the bench. So you may not see it, and it doesn't look like it, but things are happening.
Nice,
and that counts.
Nice.
There again, it's an improvement. It's not great, but things are improving. Correct.
Yeah. Which is great, which is fine for you. It's not fine for a giant company like Hasbro.
No, but I'm not designing blasters either.
Yeah.
I'm taking the crap that they gave us years ago and trying to vaguely improve it, but I'm not very good at that either. So, Anyway, how's everybody doing?
I'm doing good.
This was not the thing we had planned originally. Hey, General Strife, just because I don't have 13 different YouTube channels doesn't mean that I'm not trying to make content. In fact, I was just telling Caster before the show, I actually did record some content that I may or may not be able to do anything with, but at the very least, I'm trying to exercise that muscle of setting a camera up thing and recording a thing, and then I'll see if I can do anything with it. So, there again, wheels are in motion, but they're really, really small.
You're in first gear.
But they are adorable.
You're in first gear, right? You gotta.
Correct.
You gotta shift that to. I know how
it is a very
work.
much compound low. So.
Why is that everyone's got you? Because it's just amusing, General Strife. We love you, man.
Only
but
3.
It's amusing. Yes, help me find my nuts for my. It's to your left. And if it's not to your left, keep going left until you find it, and then you'll find it, and then it'll be good. It's let's see, it's that way. No, hang on, figure.
Sure. Sorry, I zoned off for a minute and I have no idea what you're talking about. I was trying to catch up on chat because chat's been going, and I was
put us on
that.
his TV, and he lost his nuts for his TV mounting.
That sucks.
Yeah, to the left. It's this way. That way. Yeah. But yeah, so speaking of those swarm fires that you found, I've been actually doing something.
This is a segue.
Let me make that a bit smaller.
It's possibly the funnest thing that I've seen in a couple of weeks, anyway.
Yeah, I didn't think it would work. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I just like, you know what? Let's try something. I still don't know if it fully works because I have to have the screw mounting on. But it does shoot with a single prime and holding it in place. It does shoot the Mega a decent amount.
When you say decent, keeping in mind that shooting a regular elite dart out of a stock Swarmfire is...
Well, okay, it's completely stock. This thing hasn't been upgraded at all. And putting stock voltage through it by hooking up just a variable power, a benchtop power supply, and setting it to... what did I set it to? I set it to like 7.5, I think it was. Yeah. Because it's how many C cells? It's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
4?
6.
6.
It's 6.
6.
It's 6 C batteries, and they're 1. So what's that? 1.5 each. So that is 4, 3, 4.5 volts. Right? Am I doing that math right? Yeah, whatever. Close enough.
With 6 1.5s, wouldn't that be 6, 7, 8.5? Nope. Nope. I got my halves totally wrong.
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then
3, 6, 7, 7.5. No, I was no.
That's 9.
9. It's 9 volts.
Yay! We did math.
Yay! Look, I've been up
tough.
since 4:30 a.m. I'm tired, but yes.
I have no excuse, but I am terrible at math. Also, trying to imagine things in my head and then count them is tough, since I still don't believe there's 6. Is there really 6 batteries in there, not just 4?
I am. At
Are you
least,
thinking of a Stampede?
I'm at
Stampedes.
least 15% sure it's 6 batteries.
That's more sure than I am.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Spray bottle.
Why do we allow general strife in the chat anymore?
Yeah, look,
when there's numbers involved?
Okay, by the cultural youth and the new advent of modern internet, 6-7 joke has to be made at least once per every live stream. It's just law.
Correct,
and so that's General Strife's job.
But haven't we outgrown that by now? I mean,
it's still there.
Memes don't last much more than like 2 or 3 weeks anymore.
The 6-7 meme is become a weird mimetic hazard in the cultural zeitgeist.
That's too many large words. But I understand.
Yeah. So
it's still a terrible excuse. It's still dumb.
The more it's hated, the more it exists.
I was about to say a few things that were probably going to get us kicked off YouTube. So, hey, talk about the Swarmfire.
So, yeah, it's...
Batteries.
Batteries, yeah. So, it did... So, when I say decent, it hit... I fired it off, held it, and it got about... I want to say about 25 feet, completely stock. So...
Probably could have done worse.
It could have done worse. So, and from an old blog from, if you remember, Taruk Makto, he did, yeah. You know he's still updating that blog? Like, he updated it. He's updated it this year. He did dart updates this year. I don't know.
Of what?
Of different darts that came out. It was
Weird.
Yeah, but I'm just like, because I was trying to find Swarmfire numbers and stuff, and he did a full breakdown of stock spring, Nightfinder spring, and the worker. No, not worker. The Orange Modworks spring replacement for the Swarmfire. And so a Night Finder Spring roughly gets it to about, with normal elite darts, roughly gets it about to 77 FPS on average.
Well, that's not bad for,
yeah.
dart tag era performance.
Yeah. So I figure if I can get 60 FPS with a Mega Dart, I'm happy.
It's not terrible.
60 FPS
All
with the Mega
things
Dart will
considered.
fly. Yeah, exactly. It'll fly pretty decent. I don't know if I'll be able to. Because obviously I have that. If what you're looking at is very short barrels because friction. But this whole thing weighs twice as much as what I replaced with. Including, if you include elite darts to Mega Darts. Because a Mega Dart is 2 grams more than an elite dart on average.
Fair.
So I'm worried that this might. I can't go any. It should still function. I got to get the screw port set up, that center ring bit, so it works correctly. The reason that's taking a bit is the plunger tube. For those who don't remember the Swarmfire, the plunger tube moves. Not a lot, but it moves to create the seal on every fire. So that the turret itself needs a little give to actually help the rotation and everything. So I got to get that screw port just right. Once I get the screw port right, then I can see is how much extra weight I can add. Because ideally, Vile in Vile Mod's Discord, he posted brass that worked, and then I found some aluminum that would also work. Aluminum's lighter, so I'd go with aluminum. And then I'd have to make this whole turret a little bit bigger, because if you're doing math, to make these Mega Darts fit, is I just make everything a little bit wider, and I keep branching outwards. So I'd have to make it even wider to then add barrel material, so the barrel material fits into the 3D printed bit for a better seal and a better and less friction for the Mega Dart. But I'm also using the same amount of airflow from just what would propel an elite dart, not too far. So, and then going from I have dead space, I have everything, right? Because you have a little bit of dead space from where that fits. Because these are just nubs into the thing, and yeah. So we'll see. I need this. The whole reason behind this was Rag. And hang on, I'm choking for a second.
Segue number 2.
Mega segue. Okay. Coughing, choking. Yeah, the whole reason behind this was Rag. Because from people who were in the Discord and watching last week's, is I have a piston pump that I'm putting a Firefly stock on the back. And then I was going to underbarrel the Swarmfire. But
which does look really neat.
It does look really neat. And I have a really cool gimmick I'm going to do for the Swarmfire. So, I haven't even told you about this. So, the I'm not mounting the I'm mounting the Swarmfire. So this is a little pen thing. This area here is going to sit under the barrel. I was originally going to do it this way and then have some cool setup, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have it so this sits under the barrel. The reason for that is I'm going to keep the majority of the Swarmfire shell and just cut it about here. Right, so that's just there. Then the Swarmfire shell is very round, and on the Swarmfire shell, I'm going to add Fidlock. So I'm going to have male Fidlock bolts on the Swarmfire shell and female Fidlocks on the underside of the barrel, almost like a shroud. So you can't see them. Yeah. And I'm going to do some really funky electrical magic and make the entire Master Key detachable.
Interesting.
So I'm going to have a switch. I'm going to have a firing switch on the grip itself for the Swarmfire. And I'm gonna have a firing switch on the blaster, and it's just metal tabs that connect in. so I can easily mount and dismount it if I need to.
Instead of having to unplug stuff, you'll basically, when you plug it in, it makes up the contacts.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
And yeah, just the fed lock really quickly, snap in, snap out scenario. I'm probably just going to do a handle right in the back, so you would be holding it a little bit weird. But yeah, it'll just kind of be a cool little gimmick that I wanted. Also, if I go, okay, I'm sick of lugging around this giant piston pump blaster thing, I'm just going to use my Thrasher, which that's going to be my secondary. Thrasher. And then I can just rock this for killing zombies with Mega. Because that was the whole thing. It's like, why do I have the Swarmfire underneath my piston pump when I have limited ammo? This isn't a bring your own ammo and just max ammo capacity game, which I want to make sure I do next year. That's one of my other goals. Is next year, hit Survival Fest, and just do what I did at Enmore, and just bring thousands of rounds of ammunition and not care. It's like, these will all be gone. And yeah, but for this one, it makes no sense, because the whole point of the underbarrel like master key thing is if I'm reloading and the zombies coming at me, then I dump the Swarmfire, which doesn't have a huge range or huge accuracy, but it at least provides darts between me and the zombie as I'm reloading. I don't have the ammo for that, because it's just limited ammo because of Rag. So I was going to do like a Mega something, I was going to do like a Stringer style thing.
We're working on that weird little side mounting doodad.
Yeah. Which I'm still going to do, but it's not going to be Mega. It's just going to be normal darts. It's going to be a shotgun. So I can load like 6 or 7 into the side, because I have the rough design already mapped out. And I just mount it on the side. And then so I have the shotgun blast on the side. And then and that will also accept full lengths, because like last year we had so many full lengths that no one could use them. So it's like, okay, I'll just load them in the shotgun style and fire like 7 or 8 at a time. And yeah, that'll be good. But yeah, so this is like all the front, and that'll be like the Master Key Mega thing. If this works, knock on wood. If this doesn't work, I have a plan B, which someone has already made a mount for a Magnus, for that sits under, the Mega Magnus. That sits under the piston pump, master keyed. Someone's remixed an old Mega Magnus thing that worked on a Retaliator barrel and did it for the piston pump. So I'm going to remix that to make it a little bit better looking, because it's very not, but so that's planned, because it's like, why I want something under barrel, because I always like the look of it. Because that's like, this whole thing came out of, I originally wanted to do a Strifefly with an underbarrel Swarmfire, and then it became, well, what about a piston pump with a Firefly stock and an underbarrel Swarmfire? So now it's like, okay, I'm still doing the underbarrel Swarmfire, but I've modified the Swarmfire to shoot Megas.
Because why not?
Yeah, because why not? And because zombies, right? Mega zombies, shield zombies, and because if I can get a decent rate of fire, you know how people will shout Mega or something. It's like, oh, I hit you with Mega. It's literally, I hold down the Swarmfire button and go Mega, 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 or however all the rate of fire is. And Scale Wolf saying a detachable Swarmfire means I can make another Swarmfire for regular. Or it also means, because I have started mapping it out, because, insanity, if this works, a Mega XL Swarmfire.
You, at that point, I think, would really need to reevaluate the gearbox, and
at that point,
because a Mega XL blaster that shoots 4 feet just isn't as cool as it could be. Cool in concept, but implementation would be.
At that point, I just need to make my own 3D printed 3D printed Swarmfire. I need to talk with some people.
I got no problem with that.
Or they'll figure it out. Something.
Big brain folks.
Big brain folks. it's crazy because I asked a few people who were messing around with piston pump for the Nightingale, using the Nightingale mags. And from a few people tried and then it failed. And so I was just asking around, like, you know, what they did. And it just seems, because I know we talked about this earlier, it might be easier just to make a mega piston pump. And if you can make a mega piston pump, you can easily make a mega XL piston pump.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that thing would be big.
It would be. But it would be completely HVZ friendly because as long as you keep the same amount of power, I think a mega XL piston pump would probably hit around 90 FPS. Would be my
that's still pretty darn good for Mega XL.
For Mega, yeah, you'll get the same energy because you're the weight of the Mega Dart.
But you'll make more noise and have more fun.
Yeah, you'll definitely know when you get hit.
And hear it coming.
Especially if you have a big old mag. So what? I mean, General Strife, yeah, NX and N1. If you want to make an N1, I'm going to be releasing these files for free once it's done. If you want to make an N1 Swarmfire, I will give you the step file to modify, because the sheer amount of headache it took to make this thing was ridiculous. The fun fact, this outer ring, the distance between because there's outer ring of 10 and inner ring of 10. The outer ring of 10, the distance between the outer ring of 10 and the outer ring of the turret mechanism is not the same. It's not the same on each and every single one is a different distance by a few millimeters. And it's the most annoying thing in the world. So like I did some full trigonometry. Let me pull up my math to get everyone's. I threw it in the Discord. But I had to. Let me throw this on. So yeah, this is the mounting to fit into the Swarmfire. What I eventually had to do was I took the distance between the wall of the of just two sides of the inner ring, and then I did a basic I think it is trigonometry. It could be a different form of ometry, something ometry. But then I just made all these equal distance. Instead of, because I'm just like, I got so angry. I was just like, okay, let's just try this. Because a sensible designer would make them all equal distance from at least the center point, because they didn't make it equal distance from the outer point. And they did, and it fit. And then from that, I did all these, which I thought were originally equilateral triangles. They're not equilateral triangles. It's 70 70. What is it? It's dumb. It's 70 70 40. No. It's less than that. It's like 65 65 something. Anyway, because trying 180 degrees, 180 degrees to form a triangle. It's dumb. It looks so. Yeah. What's up, cats? I'm ranting about math and that, but yeah. So using some things, I figured it out. I got it all working. It sits perfectly. And that way no one else has to worry about that headache. So the adapter part works. If someone wants to figure out how to make it for any other type of ammo, they're more than welcome to. I'll release all the files. I'm going to add the screw port because that's going to be the next hardest thing. And then once that's going, I can actually test if this will fire. And then, yeah, that will fit in everywhere. Ugh.
So if all goes well, it'll be really cool.
It'll be really cool. I mean, I did the hard. I in theory did the hard part. Hard part's done.
In theory.
In theory, I've done the hard part. I think Vile's sending me a knife. I'm gonna buy a Nightfinder Spring off him, and I'm just gonna put that in the Swarmfire unless someone in the next 2 days goes, I have an Orange Modwork Swarmfire, or I have a blaster parts Swarmfire Spring. I would happily take either. I had to see which one it is, because the blaster parts Swarmfire Spring is a lot heavier, which might actually do better. Blaster Parts still sells it, but I have to buy it directly from them in Germany, and it is $75 to ship it to the US. At which point I went, no.
Is that like a minimum order kind of thing, where if you fluffed the order with a bunch of other stuff, it'd be slightly more worth it? Or does it just get worse from there?
I'd have to fluff it. It does go up, but not as much. There's tariffs and shipping things. That's why it's $75. It's a nightmare.
Hey, Mystic.
What's up, Mystic? Yeah. So, yeah. It's we'll see. I'm at least putting a Nightfinder Spring. If someone goes, I have this, awesome. I might make a quick thing on one of the buy sell trades Facebook groups. Just go, hey, look, does someone have this? And not using it, but it's not Stormfire Spring or Nightfinder Spring will work just fine, hopefully. And
it'll get you rolling anyway.
Yeah, and then I'll go from there, and then we'll keep that on. But I don't know. Like the more I'm looking at this, we don't Strife. They're awful. I hate them. The more I'm looking at this, the more I kind of just want a 3D printed version of the Swarmfire, just as a really nice underbarrel master key, fully automatic system. The issue is the only 3D printed electronic air blaster type thing is a lot of money and a lot of work. And yeah, so it's the spring. It's that spring thing. But we'll see. Maybe I come up with just a flywheel. Like I'd love a flywheel revolver mega dart thing. Just some massive giant, hand cannon mega dart flywheel revolver. That'd also be.
We'll see if you do it this way. Then you just basically replace the spring with some kind of super weak spring and just use it as a pusher. Throw your Mondo flywheels in front of that.
Well,
and then you got a full auto.
Well, the issue is the stacking of the barrels here.
Tall wheels.
I'd have to make something really weird and awkward. At that point, I'd probably
isn't that kind of standard fare?
Everything I make is perfect and not complicated at all, and not
nobody's
not
convinced.
Ridiculous, yeah, and humble, and amazing. Yeah, underbarrel mat. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, Gale. I was looking at the Mastodon dimensions of like, okay, how much do I hate myself? Because, like, the rag game is from noon to about 8 p.m. with an hour break in the middle. And if I had just this really heavy blaster, like a prickly heavy blaster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am having a single point sling. And my costume will have fit. Like, I've never told you my costume, have I?
You've thrown me some ideas
of
what to expect.
Yeah, so I am going full suit and tie for this because it's spy themed.
Mhm.
But I'm not going normal suit and tie. There's a company out there called Twillery, and they make these very breathable half sport material, half not sport material, like suit jackets and suit pants. So they're a little stretchy, they're breathable. If you look close up at them, you can tell it's like a weird moisture wicking thing. But I'm gonna be wearing that, and they have really cool pockets on the inside. So on the inside of the pockets, I'm gonna have all my mags because I'm gonna have a hard slotted, so that will have mag holders on both sides. So it doesn't actually sit in the pockets. It's like it sleeves the hard point sleeves into the pockets, and then it basically gives me like a molly thing. So it looks like it has a molly lining, but it's And
Wow.
then I have essentially what are tactical suspenders. There's no other way to put it, but they're a buddy of mine who is in the military showed them to me. They look like suspenders, but it's like a proper chest rig thing.
It was like kind of an H harness kind of affair. But,
Kinda. Yeah, but they're just So they clip onto a belt that sits under your pants, and that just sits like around your waist. It's weird, but that's what. So I'll be able to. I'll have a single point sling connected to that, no problem. And that will easily, so that easily set that up for the blaster, but it's still very, very heavy. So I just don't know. That's also why the swarm fires are going to be detachable. So if my arms start killing me, I will just be rocking my Thrasher, and then essentially what is a pistolized swarm fire that shoots mega. Which sends me to my next rant of I'm doing something I hate, which I'm going to be using two different mags. I'm going to be using my Talon mags for the piston pump and then Nightingale mags for the Thrasher. I hate using two type of mags because, once again, it's a limited ammo setup. And it's like, how much things do you load into the Thrasher thing? And how much ammo do you load into your primary? So, I mean, I'm obviously going to... I have some 3D printed mags set up. But I am debating on whether I... let me put this out of the way. Whether I get a super drum. Because there's...
That might be hard to justify.
I mean, I bought a bunch of drum... I have a bunch of drum mag springs, so that's I have that. I have the filament. I can just print the super drum. And they have now Nightingale adapters that work really, really well. So I can have the super drum and the Thrasher.
Yeah, but if you're starting with a limited amount of ammo and having to top off all the time, do you want to keep dropping the mag out and then trying to pack more into the drum, or do you just have an empty mag that you fill up, and as you use a mag and swap out, you just keep topping off the available mag?
Well, in my mind, the super drum would.
I'm not trying to inflict logic upon you. We've had this discussion before, and it's a fool's errand. But I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Oh no! I'd bring the Thrasher. I'd bring my 415 Thrasher mags. Though that would be the majority of the time I'd use Thrasher. I'd literally only put 10 shots into the Thrasher mag. Start out because you get 50 rounds. I get 10 mega darts and 40 half lengths. 10 of those half lengths will sit in my Thrasher. The rest will be into Talons for the primary. So that way, and because my Thrasher, I'm gonna get I'm designing up a quick muzzle piece for the Thrasher, so I can have my Fidlock on it, and I can have an expanded battery. Because I'm just gonna have a big old 2S in that Thrasher. And then, but the super drum, the idea of the super drum is towards the end of the night, on the boss fight,
when you're swimming in ammo.
in theory, our team was last year.
Oh, yeah,
Everybody
no,
else wasn't.
I was not saying that facetiously.
Yeah.
I was saying that at the end of by the end of the game, there's usually plenty of ammo.
Yeah.
Hence, boss fight.
Yeah. And this wouldn't be a reload the super drum on the fly. It's fill it up with at least 50 rounds, if not fully top it off to 70, going in. And that's just used until done, and the Thrasher's just spent. And everything else goes into Talons.
So the drum wouldn't be a event thing, it would just be a boss fight thing.
It would be the final boss fight. Or if my arms are getting tired, then I just switch to the super drum. Right.
Then you
So
go back to base and you divvy out,
Yeah.
darts out of your regular talons into the drum.
Yeah. I don't. Well, while I do have regular Talons, I'm just using 3D printed for capacity.
Yes, but I'm saying as opposed to the Nightingale profile.
Yeah.
I say take the ammo out of if you're dumping the piston pump, take the darts out of those mags for the Thresher then.
Yeah. Which is just, I hate using multiple mags. That's just like the only is if I want to use
Well,
my
the only obvious solution is to cut the bottom off of your Thrasher and make it compatible with Talons.
the grip would be so screwy at that point. And that's also the thing is, I couldn't make it has to be compatible because the way it feeds and everything. I'd have to make it angle Talons, which then I'd have to make the piston pump compatible with angle Talons, and it's just.
You've made your bed, man. I'm just trying to help you, figure out how to sort out the mess that you created.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, we're just doing this to have fun, right?
I want to win. I want to win.
Remember, we're just doing this to win, right?
Yeah, we're just doing this. Winning is fun.
So it doesn't matter if it sucks the whole time.
I want to win. Dude, I don't know why. There's something in like the lizard brain that just makes me very happy of successfully hurting cats, because that's all it was at the end of the night, was hurting cats to try to get them to do things.
Well, you're trying to kill them
win.
as fast as possible, as I recall.
Well, yes. But then there's
So
sacrifices.
trying to herd cats to their death intentionally, you can't really complain that, these cats are hard to deal with when you're throwing them into like a
meat grinder. But that was even okay. So yes, I herded them to their deaths, and that did work. But then, at the actual boss fight, trying to get people to understand how to properly do the mechanics was such a pain. Because there's the 3 buttons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, okay, each button makes the boss take more damage. Just hold down 2 of the buttons. And they're like, well, if we push all 3 buttons, it'll do more damage. I'm like, but more people will survive and live if we just defend 2 buttons. Because we have the group attacking the train, which is the majority. That's the, okay, cats, this isn't you cats, by the way, if you're still in chat.
Different cats in general, lowercase.
Okay, peasants, go attack the train because I can't. You see thing move, you're gonna shoot at it. Fine, go do that. Okay, you people with at least some reasonable brain cells, you're gonna go push the button, and then you defend the person pushing the button, and then everyone else go shoot zombies.
That's a lot of instructions for a group of people.
It was. We finally got it to work.
It's almost like that's how they intended for it to work,
Yeah.
knowing that this whole event was going to be attended by people.
Dude,
People are hard to deal with.
People are the worst.
They do tend to ruin everything.
Yeah, it was.
No offense to the people who are our viewers.
Yeah.
We know that you're the best of them.
It's not you, not you people. It's the other people.
It's when you get into a group,
Yeah.
that's when the trouble starts.
And that's why I always lose my voice, because that last 30 minutes for the boss fight, I am just screaming for people not to. not like angry screaming, but just to make sure I'm heard, of people holding lines, especially because everyone has the ammo, or at least the yellow team had the ammo.
Yeah, I wonder how that worked.
Yeah, it was great because I literally just had my vacuum the entire time, that's the other thing I got to upgrade this year. But yeah, yellow team had enough ammo, so it was just if we had the if you have the ammunition, if you have a full mag, a single person in theory in HVZ setup, especially with our blasters now, you can easily take out 2 to 3 zombies if they're charging at you. You have the ammo capacity, you have the rate of fire, you have the range, and you have the accuracy. So then, if you start, quantifying that a bit, it's you have 10 humans can take down 30 zombies.
Are you expecting people to do math on the fly?
I'm expecting people to fire and not run like a coward, which was like I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't know how many people figure this out. I started shooting people more than I shot zombies last HVZ for the final boss fight, because if I saw someone running, I would shoot them. It didn't do anything. It made me feel better.
Isn't that a Rule 0 violation?
It made me feel better. And a lot of the time, I shot them, they look in my direction, because they're like, well, I didn't get shot by a zombie, I got shot by someone else. And then they turn around and start firing at the zombies. So it worked.
Perhaps we need to work on positive reinforcement.
Look, I didn't have any treats to give them. There was no carrot. There was only stick.
I guess we all do the best we can.
Yep. Hey, it worked. We won. We won actually at a surprising pace. To the point where Tarek asked me, it's like, hey, could you maybe not try to metagame it so much next year?
Isn't that what you were looking for, though?
Yeah. And to which I respond, no. Look, I won't be a jerk and try to break the rules by being a jerk. But I will...
You'll just casually undermine instead.
I will push it. I will push it a little bit. This is always how I get made into an admin. Because I push the rules so much, they go, screw it, you're now in charge.
Yeah, no, cheating's your problem.
Yeah. I mean, last year they asked me. This year they didn't ask, because it's also one of the things.
I thought last year you asked.
No, last year they asked me, and I'm just like, look, this is the only game I'm playing this year. I'll be a captain. I don't mind being a captain. And I do view the captain as like a half NPC, half player, where it's part of my job as a captain to make sure other people are having fun. Happy to do that, but I want to be a player at the end of the day. Maybe if I ran more games, I wouldn't feel that way, but it's like that is the only I only nerf once a year now. I hate it.
Well, perhaps that's something you should work on.
Yeah. I'm going to. Like I said, I want to do survival effects next year. I want to rock up with thousands of rounds of ammunition. Nerf ammunition. Let me make sure I put that foam. 1,000 rounds of foam. Oh gosh.
YouTube's listening. They just went,
I want to, 1,000 rounds of foam. And I mean that's what every End War, that's what I did. I had a suitcase full of ammo going
Literally.
to End War. And then I had I had almost an empty suitcase going back. And I'm fine with that. That is just like...
It served its purpose.
Yeah, I shoot it, it's gone. I will help Dart... That's also why I help Dart Sweep to a ridiculous extent. Also, I've been there as an admin where no one else wants to Dart Sweep. But I also understand if I'm playing one of those games, I am spray and pray. I am the embodiment of accuracy through volume. If it's like, if I do attend Survival Fest next year, I'm going to be making 10 of these drums and filling.
Well, see, that's different.
Oh, yeah. 700 rounds. Also, I didn't realize I need to find his name again. Whoever made the super drums, he has the step files released. So
Mega?
Yeah, so they're really easy to modify, these super drums. So I'm gonna add LEDs to the front, and I'm gonna print it in a clear plastic, so I can easily see how many darts I have left. Because the LEDs will get blocked by the darts, and when it shines through, it won't.
Ah.
Yeah. Add a little battery to it. Bam. Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it, because I want to do an ammo counter, maybe for next year, but this year, nah, just simple light, simple easy. See. Yeah. But yeah, Gale Wolf, it's more localish games is always better. It's always something that I stress people to do because it can be fun, and I gotta really just practice what I preach type thing. Why not 10 to keep your 1,000 ammo quota? No, okay. So I've already thought of this for next year for Survival Fest. I'm going to be using this Stormfire piston pump. And so I'm going to have 700 rounds of Super Drum. Then I will have at least 200 rounds of Mega. So that's 10. Basically, everything's in 10 reloads of 10. This is going to be on me. I'm going to bring more. But this is going to be like, okay, I'm going to go out with this, keep an eye out, eventually go into a safe zone, reload, yada, yada, yada. So that's already 900 rounds of ammo. The upgrade to the piston pump Swarmfire, which I'm already planning for next year, because this is just step one. Step one is just going to be the Swarmfire, shotgun stringers on the side with the Firefly back piston pump. I'm going to add a Percy's to the top. And I'm at least bringing a few thousand rounds of Rival. So that way I have the quote-unquote flamethrower. I have the accuracy of the piston pump. I have the shield breaker of the Mega. Also, I need some sort of I'll probably just have to quickly whip up a flywheel Mega Blaster. Shoeless apparently made one called the Mallet. I can't find it. I have to actually message him. I found a few people doing it. Because I was told that by one of the Survival Fest admins that no one would make a high capacity, high rate of fire Mega Blaster, so they don't have to worry about it. And I took that as an insult. Also, going back to the Super Drum step files, the guy was really nice and put them online. And it wouldn't be that hard to convert the Super Drum into a Mega Super Drum.
Is there, I suppose there's some sort of accepted or vaguely standardized half-length Mega magazine at this point, since people are playing with that now?
Moose has done one. Shoeless Historian has done one. Yeah, there's a few. So the thing is which I get because it's just easier to say no modified darts, is they don't allow cut down Mega or Mega XL. This is why I got the admin told me that no one's gonna make it, because by asking if they allowed cut down Mega or Mega XL, I started an entire argument to the point where they had to lock down my question form. Like, I asked a question. They said, oh, we're going to rule it this way. And then there was just a giant conversation about it afterwards. Yeah. Let's see. J-Wolf, honestly, for Survival Fest, if you can figure out something that fires Mega XL efficiently, skip out on Mega. Blue vest, stun, Mega XL, red vest. Can be stunned by Mega. Okay. Well, I mean... Yeah, Gale Wolf, you might be... I know you're decent with CAD. I need... There might be hobby grade Mega XL by next year Survival Fest. At which point they can't say it's not cut down because that's how it comes.
Yes, but would it be a standardized or accepted?
If I just do Moose's dimensions and get Moose on board, everyone's
use some of that Moose leverage.
Everyone's following Moose's dimensions, and Mega XL is getting harder and harder to find. Also, no Zero CAD. Gale, didn't you make the? Am I confusing people again? Didn't you make the really good the 3D printed thing? What is it, Gale? Am I confused?
Oh, I was using existing files. The break action.
You remixed. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I really just need to find someone who can use Blender and knows how to use Blender well, because I have too much organic shapes in the thing. But yeah, that's just... I might just have to hire someone. Just go, hey, look, can you figure this out? Because I tried, and it's not working for me. So never mind. Yeah, if you're yeah. Never mind on that. But yes, that'll kind of be the hope for next year. Yeah, if the other option would be just honestly, because I'd have after Rag, it might just be fun to modify, to make like a kit, like a modified kit for the piston pump to shoot Mega XL.
I'd be on board with that.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't, like...
I do have one to spare.
Yeah. I mean, I'd cut up another one. Anyway, I'm not gonna get the prickly price again, but...
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Prickly, make your Walmart go under construction again, so they go for $25 each.
Oh, I thought that was 13. Or I guess he was paying 13, but I think once it got shipped and everything, then I think that was your shipped price, if I remember right. Yeah, $13 piston pumps. Prickly.
So ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, I suppose before we get too far away from rag discussion, should we discuss rag discussions?
Yes, let's discuss the discussion to be discussion. Yeah, that's just basically my loadout rants of use cases and everything. But so
and all the problems you've created for yourself.
Yeah, I have the best problems.
The fun part is, if you enjoy watching us do this, you may have an opportunity if you go to Ragnarocktoberfest in a few months to see us do this, only in real life. We do have a panel session booked. However, we have not ironed out what we're actually going to talk about. So, what is something that you guys would like to hear us talk about? If we were to sit down for, is it half hour or is it whole hour? It seems like we go over
45,
every time.
45 minutes.
Oh, right down the middle. Perfect. So, yeah, a session of something that we've discussed. Last year we talked about, it was kind of evolved into Merge Masters history, Reddit versus the Merge Masters Discord, and kind of conceptual Merge Masters-ness. But something a bit more, because that was actually not at all what we planned to talk about, since we really didn't have anything planned. So
wait,
that was
General
our
Strife,
problem.
are you going to Rag? If you are, I might need I will bring a spray bottle. I'm just gonna full on prep this. You're welcome to the 6. If you're going to Rag and you're welcome to the 6-7 meet, I will have a spray bottle and I will spray you. It's going to happen.
I might just walk out. But interesting topics that you feel would be beneficial or something that you would like for us to talk about. If you tune in every fortnight and go, gosh, maybe we'll talk about something interesting this week, and it never happens, what is something, if you could like forcefully insert a topic into this discussion here, but you want to see it live, or at least we're going to record this time, so you'll get it no matter what. So what is something vaguely interesting that's not just like current events and some leaked stuff and this event we're going to, because we'll already be at the event.
Yeah.
So, is there anything of interest, or I don't know. I can only imagine people show up to the show here to witness something cool happening.
Yeah.
And we do that for about 3 months of the year, and then we go back to this drudgery where we're just kind of spinning our wheels long enough to get through to the next competition, but trying to make sure we keep a hold of you people and keep you vaguely interested in what's going on, hoping that it'll be better next week. I'm sorry to disappoint.
I mean,
Prickly wants medal. I don't think I have enough time to grow my hair out that far.
I mean, I'm already. Am I almost shoulder length? I haven't had a haircut in a while. I usually get my hair cut like 2 weeks before Rag.
Because there's going to be people around. That'll look nice for the people.
It's just hot. It makes my wizard hats fit better, to be honest.
Oh, there you go. Lack of content. Yes. No. This will merely perpetuate the lack of content, acknowledging my lack of content. So that too.
That's just us. That's just us for the other handful of months when we don't do Merge Masters.
There you go. We're just stalling. Yep, we're still here, and we'll be relevant in a couple months.
Top of line spray.
Watch
Like,
that. Oh, I could just bring my hydro cannon. That'd do all right.
I do have my. Oh yeah, I did buy the Vibroblade, ultrasonic knife.
Actually, I was using it a few minutes ago before we got on the show here. I was actually modifying tail light lenses. Different story. But I was thinking, hey, the ultrasonic knife, what a cool thing to be able to add to the Merch Masters table at the convention.
Yeah.
Because I usually bring a variety of, like, here's the tools that we use to make these things turn into this. And what an awesome addition that's going to be, and be able to do kind of live demonstrations of, like, see this thing? Zap! And just laser through, bring some extra plastic along.
Yeah,
just for that
set
purpose.
aside some shells, so instead of, like, throwing those away, these will be thrown away at Rag.
Yeah, because I've got those 2 random pieces of shell junk that I've glued together to kind of show how DevCon works and how tough it is. So I'll just have to bring some extra scraps to just sit there like a display booth at a one of those fair and crap like that where people are trying to sell you junk you don't want. They're like, see this thing? This is this thing doing this thing over and over again, and I'm just sitting there just cutting plastic like crazy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like some tools. It's like, we can't just talk about the ultra. Like, we would need a bunch of tools, which is there. Vile's working on a very specific tool right now. I don't know when we talk about it.
Oh.
He is. I don't know if we'll be ready for Rag. But that could be a thing if we get. That
seems top secret.
Kinda. Chomp chomp.
See. On brand.
Yeah. Take a projector and a camera and project your project for your class of sorts. Kind Kinda. I mean, I could whip up
That
a
would be-
PowerPoint presentation. But
See, that would be fun to just do a live, kind of like the model-on kind of thing, where it's just like, I'm doing this thing,
Yeah.
but trying to plan what I will hopefully accomplish at the thing, unless we do just like the basic starting thing of like, okay, I have the conceptual, I want to take this and put it with this and put it with this, and then just talk about how the pieces could fit together in different arrangements and stuff like that, kind of in... I think I've discussed some stuff like that in my integration explanation videos, which I haven't touched in like a year, like 10 years or whatever.
Yeah.
But that kind of thing of like, think of all the myriad possibilities of like, here's this thing, but I want to put this stock on. Well, you could do it this way, or you could do it this way, or you could do it this way, and cut on stuff and show things. But that would be kind of circumstantial and would be hard to do as a group.
yeah.
When I say
Yeah.
group, I mean, unless you're just going, yeah, nice, good
Okay,
job.
I'll get some pom poms and I'll go, yeah.
Just cutting that thing, and drawing lines on stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that could work. It's like we have 3 different work in progress and have the finished project. We'd have to ask some people to bring some stuff.
The bad thing with that is that that's basically what the table is.
Yeah.
Is showing work in progress and finished stuff and the tools in the middle, and so that's kind of more of what the convention display is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the context is there, and I'm not sure I want to know.
My Permatex web shooters? Like Spider-Man. Here, can I do it? Phew.
Sure. Panel-wise, being more discussion-y. I mean, the cool thing is you'd get the best of both worlds. Having the cool thing, table-wise, more of a direct discussion thing versus 2 of us sitting at a table talking. Which, I mean, we have 11 people apparently listening right now to us doing this exact thing.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, so just have a thing on integration and... I mean, yeah, we always could push on integration some more. I know Panda's the liaison for sponsors.
That's a big word.
Yeah. He has some ideas of like having an overarching theme of beyond foam flinging, incorporating YouTube, running hobby-related businesses, organizing groups and events, and we kind of like figure out like, and we kind of it's more like there's one of Panda's ideas of, and I had to actually pull it up from the Discord of going through of actually how we run the Merge Masters event. So we touch on Merge Masters a little bit, but going over
the nitty-gritty of the event itself.
Yeah.
Organizational wise. Which we've kind of talked about, off camera, on we've developed such a pretty like kind of a runs its own self kind of thing.
Yeah.
As far as what we've developed over the last couple of years, and we've kind of talked about giving that package to other groups and being like, here's how you do this thing that we do that people seem to enjoy, and do it in the 3D printing group, the other modding group, the whatever competitive. Could competitive have a thing like that? I don't know.
I'd love to see and I like peeking behind the curtain. We talked with Jangular last year about having some sort of Merge Masters-esque thing at RAG, and then
but not bound to integration.
Then it became August. We're like, well, it's too late for that.
Yeah, well, we did. We really didn't have. I was really hoping to have more time with him to get a better scope of what the original plan was, because we kind of talked to him briefly when he was packing up and was like, well, here's this idea, but I wasn't quite clear on what we talked about, if that was actually what their goal was.
Yeah.
A little game of telephone,
Yeah. I think what I'd love to, I mean, the other option is we do a bit of the Merge Masters, we do a bit of the thing, and then we announce not Merge Masters Rag, but a blaster competition that's hosted at Rag, and that it's literally just the announcement of like, hey, we're gonna do this for next year. And we could take aspects of like Yale was saying of like, here's if we wanted to have an integration class type thing, we can have from the concept to the execution. Here it is, and we go, this is what we kind of want people to do. And now you have from now till like literally an end of Rag to beginning of next year Rag to make something. And
so what you're saying is we do the thing that we were going to do this year, but use this year to announce for next year. That way, we already have next year planned.
Exactly.
So we're pulling this out of the fire and just postponing it.
Yeah. Yeah, and just like, okay, cool. We didn't really do too much planning, but this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have this set up, and we kind of run through. So it's everything we've talked about of what to possibly do is we combine that into one panel with and capping it off with, and here's this event that is going to be happening at Ragnarok next year. And we've shown you how it's going to kind of operate. We walked you through how how we ran events. If you want to do a different thing, if you want to kind of get your feet wet, go into Merge Masters, especially if you want to get your thing. Anything you submit for Merge Masters can be submitted for this. And you also can submit it for the Blaster Showcase at Survival Fest. If you want to triple dip, that's perfectly fine.
Boy, sounds delicious.
Yeah, so you can be like Gale Wolf, who won everything at Survival Fest, and won Merge Masters.
Huh.
So that
Are
way,
we taking notes? I think we're taking notes. This is us taking notes.
Who's writing
down?
Who's got the minutes? Prickly, you got the minutes? Have you blown up your house yet, Prickly?
I seem to have left my notepad in my other casual outfit.
So the great thing about this, and it's hard to do on YouTube. It's easy to do on Twitch, but I'll figure it out. Is I'll just remember the timestamp of about an hour and 20 minutes into it, and then I can just put that up to a voice to text, and then I can throw that into one of my AI note takers, and then summarize it. So we can have the notes there.
I don't understand half the words you just said as words.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because it sounds like you're taking care of that.
Yeah, that'll be fine. But yeah, so I kind of like that. It's just because what people ask for in chat, we're kind of doing. We're showcasing.
But we're making other people do it.
Yes, but also we're showing them kind of concept to completion of like, hey, look, you have an idea. We'd like you to document it a little bit. And the completed thing needs to be here at RAG next year. Here's some cool tool, and then we'll show off some cool, I think we do show off a little bit of the tools, so we get into that. And if you want to get your feet wet in the competition, Merge Masters. So we're just linking everything together in a quick 45-minute panel. Yeah. I might have to ask Panda to give us an hour, but that's fine because we do that. And then, that would be, I think, and then the classes, we have something that's integration, old school modding or something. We have
some kind of traditional modding.
Yeah. Because it's just everything. It's okay. Let's have a 3D printing thing. I would love to have a competitive class where this was just designed for competitive. It doesn't matter what it is.
But would there be some kind of like FPS goal, or is it just like you build a blaster for competition? It could be something as simple as like the who was the guy? Was it King of Games? Who was the guy that took the Harrier and cut it down to seagull size, so it was more compact, but used the bigger plunger and stuff like that? So it's not necessarily it was definitely a mod and fairly extensive, really, for what it was. But was not necessarily a FPS driven specifically, like this is the most FPS blaster in the world, but it was taking a certain blaster package and just condensing it into something much more manageable size-wise and everything. And so something like that I would see as being strictly competitive based, still being a blaster mod. So yeah, no,
it would be kind of so. We just say this is the competitive class. Yeah, exactly. It's something that you designed for a competitive game. Doesn't have to be an
it could
FPS
just be like a very efficiently built blaster or something like that, or
and it's just had to be built. The rule of thumb is had to be designed. If it's printed, had to be designed and then built from end to rag. So essentially, from after October 4th, 2026 to the beginning of rag.
Yeah. Or basically, when we say go.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we do with the Merch Masters announcement. It's like, hey, we're doing the thing. Okay, go now.
Yeah.
It's like from everything from right now. As soon as you leave here, anything you've created from there.
Yeah. Would we do forum posts? I would love to do. So I'm at two minds with forum posts. I would love to do them. I think that'd be awesome. It would not. It'd have to be on the rag server, and the rag server dies as soon as the event's over.
But this would be something that would keep people coming back to check in on stuff. So it would be kind of like what we're doing now between Merch Masters, but it's for Ragfest. And so it would be something where people can post crap and do things.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'd have to have permission from the mods and everything. That basically they have to create our own little channel over here to where it's like, you weirdos go over there and just stay here.
Yeah.
But that would probably be the most efficient way of doing it.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to Rag, you should be in the Rag Discord anyway.
Yeah.
For 100%. Announcements and whatnot.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, that way
I guess we need to talk to Panda.
Yeah, we gotta talk to Panda. That could be easy thing.
Hey, can we have our own room in the Discord just for this year and see how it goes? If you hate it, we'll leave.
And then we have to figure out voting.
But
yeah.
There again, if we're doing the show thing, would that turn into kind of like we discussed in the pre-show? Instead of having a broad community vote, we basically had a panel of experts we would have, and we would just kind of do our own kind of on the fly, like right there, live breakdown, discussion, and vote.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd simplify things.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just bam, it's just whoever it is, and it's voted on the spot.
We'd still have to keep in mind of what our classes are, and then try to find experts that fall under those categories to introduce into our panel of experts.
Yeah.
Experts, heavily finger quoted. But,
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, we can...
Hear that note-taking app? Take that note.
Yeah, take the note.
AI program thing you're going to utilize from Twitch or whatever it was you said that I wasn't understanding.
Yeah. Yeah, then that have updates, and all we would ask is the same thing we do with Rag, is we at least want 4 updates. Not Rag. Same thing we do in Merge Masters, is we at least want 4 updates. And if you're working on something for Merge Masters next year, that's all. It's what's his face figured out. I know his name. Hang on, no, I'm totally not going into the logbook. Unscrupulous. You can forward posts easily, and you can do that cross servers as well. So you can literally make the logbook and then forward it to a different logbook on a different server, different forum post on a different server.
What a wonderful world we live in, where we have that kind of technology. Good job, Discord.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that way you're still cross-posting, you're putting the full context of everything in both places. It's just on you to make sure you're updating both. Huh.
Yeah. I mean, we'd only ask for 4.
I'm digging that.
Yeah.
I'm keen.
Yeah. So that way it's kind of like it's a panel and the start of a competition at the same time.
And it's basically front-loading next year to where we don't have to have this discussion next year, because we've already done the hard work.
Well,
we just have to show up and basically organize
a lot
things.
more hard work for next year, but that's fine.
Well, yeah, but I mean, as far as trying to come up with a plan, if we already have the plan, we just have to implement the plan.
Yeah. The plan of the plan.
And if we're using somewhat of a framework like Merge Masters, only without the voting part, but as far as the organization, classes, forum posts, so on and whatnot, we just have to arrange the panel of experts.
Well, It looks like Heath is now going every year, which is awesome. As much as I pressure him. So Heath is an awesome 3D printing guy, Mr. Heath Pants. So that's easily one. There's this guy called Mr. Nathan, even though he hasn't posted videos for a while, who does integration. So he'd be cool to do on.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Stuff.
What's he doing these days?
I don't know, something.
Jeez. Seems like that integration thing kind of dried up a few years back. Yeah, we'll have to reach out.
Yeah.
Chase up some old dead leads. Huh.
Yeah, we get a competitive dude. I mean, if Jangular's willing.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, he just judged the competitive.
Yeah, I mean, he would be kind of the foremost authority, I would say, but that's also a bit old school of me, I think. But I think we definitely know he'd be in attendance.
Oh, yeah.
And if he's just got to kind of show up and hang out for a minute and, have an opinion on things, I'm hoping that he'd be cool with that.
Yeah, judge it. Yeah, and all that stuff. And then maybe we have a silly thing, and then we just make sure Brett shows up. That was just like a fun category.
There's no avoiding that. He always seems to show up. But
yeah, there's a bunch of things.
I think we've had a productive discussion here.
Yeah.
And it means there's still hope to do something vaguely related to the contest, competition, whatever you want to call it, but just for
next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
We're just, instead of announcing things now for this year, we're announcing things at the event for
next year. Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah. And then
we're just kicking that can down the road, aren't we?
Exactly. But this is good because we have it all hashed out. We can talk with them. We can start posting that, get that all set up, and figuring all that stuff out. Also,
what are your thoughts, chat?
Yeah.
For any other classes or categories that we should include? Leave them in the description. In the thing below. Do people still do that on YouTube videos? Tell you what to do and where to do it and all this kind of business.
Yeah. You gotta tell them to like and subscribe. You gotta tell them to ring the bell. You gotta ring that bell. Leave a comment.
You are so dumb that they're not doing that already. Good heavens. We know that you're better than that. So you know what to do, when and where to do it. So do it.
Yeah. If you're watching this later,
appreciate it.
Give us a thing. Any word on Merge Masters 2027? Yeah, Merge Masters 2027 is definitely happening.
Yes.
And we will.
We have discussed concepts.
Yes, we have concepts. We have a rough idea of a concept. And we will the little bit of information we can tell you is you will be informed of the information of Merge Masters earlier than we normally do.
Yes. And yes, we usually we do Merge Masters and then we take a couple months to kind of recover, but then we have to do this rag thing, so then we do the rag thing, but then after the rag thing's done, we buckle down, and the last part of the year we really dial in the Merge Masters thing to announce at the first of the year. But no, we will definitely, that's one thing we decided was, instead of the surprise, here's what the thing is, and then you're like told right now all the information, is time to go, we're going to say, hey, here's the start date, here's all the information you'll need ahead of time. We're not, well, we have an idea of how early, but I would say a few weeks is a good, we can definitely promise you several weeks in advance, enough time to hopefully procure the equipment and the materials you would need for any peculiarities of categories following.
Yeah.
Is that safe to say?
Yeah, that's safe to say.
So you'll know more sooner, ahead of time, instead of just being told, okay, go, here's the things. You'll be told ahead of time what the plan is, what it's going to look like, and then asked politely to not do anything until the start period.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
We're trying a new thing.
Yeah.
Don't make us regret it.
We're playing, figure some things out. So, yeah, look forward to that after Rag. One thing I also want to point out at Rag is I will be live streaming all of the convention, all of the panel, because I'm hoping they live stream the panel, but That's what they said they were gonna do last year, and they didn't. So I'm just saying, screw it.
Yeah.
I figured out how to get a good live stream setup during Armageddon. So I'm doing that again just for the panel. So it will just be from one perspective, sadly, just mine. But hey, this gives you something. You can watch along. I'll have a good camera setup because I can just mount my camera somewhere. So you'll be able to see the rag, and then also when we start doing that. So that way, if you're not coming to rag this year, but you want to participate in the contest, we will have all that information available at the end of rag. But you'll also be able to see it on the live stream. And the other thing is, I will be live streaming my perspective of the Stalking Dead. So I've been hammering out how to get good camera angles and everything. And I'll have chat visible. And yeah, so if you can't come but you want to watch, you will be able to see it. I have my batteries and everything, so I'll be fully playing the
live streaming Wildman.
Yeah, live streaming, talking with any chat that's there and wants to watch that. It'll be interesting. I will try not just to vacuum darts the entire time, but also
it's good practice.
That's what I did last year, so I gotta make sure I don't just do that because that'll just be boring as hell and you don't get to see anything. So I will be doing that a little bit. The thing I want to ask is there any content that people want to see at RAG? Is there anything that you want to see? Do you want to see people's blasters? Do you want to see certain things? I'll peel back this curtain. Nathan and I are getting in on Wednesday. And Thursday, we have an entire day that we're going to devote to content.
Which may or may not be interesting.
Yes.
Or unusual. Possibly weird.
Yeah.
We'll see how that part goes.
Yeah. But if
at the very least, we're going to make other things happen.
Things are going to happen. It's going to be weird. But if people have things they want to see, and it falls in semi-line to stuff we're going to do, yeah.
I would say those of you who've never been to Ragnarocktoberfest and have wondered what it's all about and have only seen some pictures and maybe a few videos talking about, what would you like to see specifically live streamed?
Yeah.
Or recorded, or however you're going to make that work.
Exactly. Or recorded, certain things, just one of these big events. My main thing is I just want to show the boss fight. They never record the boss fight well.
Well, it's dark and really chaotic and loud and usually just rife with technological issues and things like that. But last year we actually went really good.
Except for the thing broke, didn't it?
Well, they had the issue with the little bucket buttons. It was weird. And then there's no hurrah. Well, they didn't expect everybody to beat the boss, and so there was no fanfare thing of like, it's dead. It was just like, what do we do
you
now?
guys what? That's why Tarek pulled me to the side and said try not to do that again next year.
I didn't write a story for the end.
Oh, they wrote a story for that. They didn't expect it to happen that fast.
Well, he told us that he'd had just wing the whole story because he's like, I didn't think you guys would actually beat it, so I hadn't written that or anything. At least that's what he told my wife and I when we were right there. He's just kind of like,
bro, you gotta have a little. As a dungeon master, you gotta at least have an idea of what to say.
Well, he did all right.
Recording
I mean,
NASCAR.
It didn't seem like he was winging it.
Yeah, he always wing it a little bit. I mean, I'll try to record the boss. I mean, I'm gonna be playing, so there's only so much I can record like a cameraman. But I'm gonna try to record it the best I can, the boss fight the best I can. We'll see. We'll see if someone isn't playing this year. If someone isn't playing this year, I might hand them a certain camera. And yeah.
You know, I will keep an eye and an ear out because I have one to spare of each. And if somebody comes along that matches that description, I'll be sure to send them your way.
Yeah, gonna be far away. The camera isn't jerky, so you can avoid the. General Strife. I don't know if you watched any of my Armageddon footage, but I have a pocket. I have the Extra Muse pocket gimbal camera, and the Muse, and it makes the footage very nice. It even has a really good IR setup, so for night vision, it shoots really well in low light. Yeah, it wasn't perfect, but I also didn't. I was holding it. I've figured out how to make it smoother, and yeah, so it won't be jerky. I just have to make sure I position everything because I have a chest harness that I'm going to be wearing. So the Extra Muse is going to be point, right? It's going to be sitting right below, like right on my Adam's apple, essentially. Oh yeah. Well, 90% of blaster battle footage is a camera mounted to something, and unless it's the new GoPros with really good image stabilization, it's just not smooth. It's yeah. So you need. It's the pocket gimbals are phenomenal. There's a lot of different brands. Fadetech makes one. Obviously, DJI makes one of the best. But the Extra Muse is phenomenal, and it's not that expensive, unless you get the really good, the new Extra Muse, which is like the Extra Muse 2, which is a 3D. It's a 360 camera on top of a gimbal pocket camera. So, yeah. Madness, even. But yeah,
awesome.
And then I have good mics set up because I have my lavs that are be put into the Extra Muse, and I can send that off and give those to someone else. And
yeah. Your whole Armageddon trip was basically just testing out stream setups, and you gained a lot of information. So, armed with that, knowing what adjustments to make and what works with what and everything, it'll be very interesting this year.
Yeah,
Ragfest.
In 9 hours of streaming, only cost me 20 gigs of cell phone data, and I have unlimited. So,
wow.
Yeah. So that wasn't a problem at all. So it's like it throttles it after 75 gigs on my plan, but yeah. So I don't go outside. I use 1 gig a month at the absolute most. So yeah, it's gonna be great. It'll be easy. It'll be the first of the month, so it would have rolled over anyway. Right. So I did. It's all coming together. It's perfect. I'll have all the data. I have the elongated batteries for the Extra Muse. I have my phone, which I have a special heat sink case for my phone. My phone I have an external battery that will let it run for 24 hours straight. It's not even that big of an external battery. So that will be all, the phone itself will be on my arm. I have an arm, like one of the jogger arm mounts for the phone, so I can see Twitch chat. And that just runs a cable into my suit jacket pocket, and that'll be all under my sleeve, super easy. And that will hold the battery. I'm laved up. Those mics last 12 hours, so I don't have to worry about power from that. And the Extra Muse batteries, I'm just gonna get 2 of them. The Extra Muse itself lasts for 3 hours of continuous footage, and each battery adds another 3 hours.
Bang.
So that should be, I'm gonna have 2 extra batteries, so that's 9 hours, which should be more than enough. Because also, I'm bringing my my brother-in-law's giant battery bank. Which, so once the first one's done, I'll charge it just in case. And I have the same backup battery for my phone, so I'm gonna actually have 2 power banks for my phone. Doing that, and we're gonna have we always stop for the dinner break, which I'll cut the stream. We'll go eat dinner. We'll come back. I'll reboot up the stream, because I have to cut the stream anyway to go into low light mode, because I have to do a bunch of camera tweaks anyway.
Adjustments and stuff.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And I can't have the camera.
Seems like everything's just falling right into place.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all coming together. And I'm also gonna have other footage because I have my other the Feiyutech Pocket 2, which is the older pocket cam. That's gonna be mounted to my blaster, so I'll have some good first-person blaster footage, or first blaster, not person footage, whatever.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. And then so that will just be recording. But also I'll be recording on my Extra Muse as well, and I'll have the stream record as well. So then I'll have some footage, because that's the other thing I learned from the Armageddon footage, is there's no, unless I go into it with a really solid plan, it's really hard to stitch together something for a long format.
Something out of nothing without a roadmap.
Yeah. So the because it's like I could just put stuff together. I have a lot of good shorts that I'm going to be putting up very shortly, probably within the next week. There'll be first one this week. Yeah, it'll be first one, and then the week after that will be another one of just like, hey, Armageddon, this is stuff. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And then here's another one of cool blasters and stuff. But
you've made a promise. Now you're accountable.
Yeah. Well, I have the burrito shooting thing. So
look forward to that next week. It sounds like.
Well, no. The first one's gonna be Armageddon, and then
Oh, okay.
Just like overview. Then we're gonna do the burrito one. But yeah, we're going into that. But I already have how I'm gonna do. I was originally gonna do the entirety of Rag, and I'm like, no. I might have I'm going to have a short video on the Rag convention day, talking with people, live streaming, yada, yada, yada. So I'll have a Friday video. Saturday video will be a slightly narrative perspective of a player playing the Stalking Dead. So I literally have a secondary audio recorder that is purely for notes, because I plug that in audio. I do this for when I teach and stuff. Is I plug that audio. I have the audio recorder, and I can plug that into software, and then that can just that can summarize notes for me, because I hate typing out notes. And so I'll have that always running. So if I ever need to go, okay, make a note this time, this is happening. That way I can do a little bit of exposition, voiceover work during it to explain to the audience of what's happening. But I'll try to do as much in-person explaining, because I want to explain the stream as well when I'm streaming.
Yeah.
But yeah, just make it a little bit more, not episodic, but just like it's a full-on story. I'm going to hate myself because it's probably going to be at least 9 hours of footage, if not more, because I'm asking a few other people to give me their footage. So I have a few other perspectives. So it could be if someone's recording the entire time, that just doubles the amount of footage. And then it's going to be, the goal is to make it a highly edited narrative that's about an hour long, 45 minutes to an hour.
That's not bad for a whole dang event, a whole weekend, really.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a movie. And hopefully I got to make it. Hopefully it's watchable and digestible. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the goal with that. But it's gonna be like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And yeah, keep doing stuff. Not just vacuum the entire time.
Boy, there again, it was a test, right?
It was a test. Well, no, last year was that's how we got so many darts. Just like just vacuum the entire time.
Well, I mean, your recording setup was a test.
Oh yeah, last year it was a test. The hat footage just did not work out well. But now I got a better footage this year, so yeah, working that out. Yeah, should be good. You should play. I know your body hurts and all that. You should play.
Yeah, it just sucks all the time.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We got a couple more months.
Yeah. Maybe you get a new body. What if?
Gosh, wouldn't that be nice?
What if we took
I
out
get a pretty one or something.
Yeah. What if we put out that? What if we took out your brain and put it in a robot?
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Do we get like cool like shoulder cannons and hands that transform into tools and stuff?
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, well, geez, that solves everything.
You might even get to keep your free will. Who knows?
Well, that'd be a bonus for sure. I mean, such as it is.
Hmm.
Well.
Ugh. Well, I ranted a lot.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
You told many stories. We even slightly argued and disagreed on new reviews or new releases and things.
They're awful.
Aren't even releases yet.
They're awful and I hate them.
That's fine.
Maybe one day they'll release a nice a competitive pro series. That's just my only hope. The Thrasher and all the competitive stuff, Dart Zone's competitive stuff, X-Shot's competitive stuff sells so well that some guy in Hasbro, wakes up from his giant pile of money going, "Oh, this pile of money's not as big as it used to be." And
I don't think they care about us. I think as long as they're, selling to that 8 to 13 bracket or whatever it is, then they seem to be doing all right.
Yeah.
None of my business. I'll just keep cutting them up, or at least talking about it.
Yeah. Give us better stuff to cut up, though. All the good stuff.
I don't know. I still got like 10, 15-year-old stuff that I need to cut up that I haven't done anything with, so...
Get in there.
That's another story for another time.
Baby steps. You get in there.
Segway.
Yeah.
Well, are you done ranting?
I am, yeah. My voice is getting a little hoarse, so I'm definitely done ranting.
That's good. I believe that's a pony. Your voice is a pony.
Nay.
So, are you continuing to disagree, or are you in character now?
I don't know.
Anyway, thanks to everybody who joined in tonight. We walked in with a vague plan and came out with a lot more than we expected, so we hope that you got the same out of it. Anyway, maybe in 2 weeks when we see you again, we'll have an even better show. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
I mean, really? I guess there's one way to find out.
Yeah.
So, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
See you in a few weeks.
Right? Bye.